What is up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster, and today we need to talk about the recent earnings reports coming from Hasbro, which tells us that they do indeed want out of their contract with Disney. No, this is not a rumor. It simply can't be a rumor unless the people in charge of Hasbro are about as intelligent as this guy. Star Wars and Marvel are absolutely killing Hasbro, and Hasbro, in turn, is one of the few things propping up Disney. In this video, we're going to look at the numbers, which show us precisely why Hasbro will want out of their deal, and we will speculate as to when Hasbro can get out from underneath Disney's thumb. Like I said before, Hasbro being pissed off at Disney and wanting out of their dealings with that company is not a rumor, it's common sense. They thought they were getting a good product to sell, and instead they got whatever the hell Disney has become these days.
Is it really you?
Yes, my dear. I guarantee it. Would I lie?
No, Vesper, don't! Ah! No.
Fool you!
Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video and share it with your friends. If you appreciate the work I do, this would be a big help. In any event, let's dive into our topic here. We're going to start by reading a bit from this article by ICV2. Hasbro loses $1.06 billion in Q4 despite profits from Wizards of the Coast. Which, if you're not familiar with Wizards of the Coast, they're one of the companies under Hasbro's umbrella. They are the makers of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons. Anyhow, the article says, Hasbro reported a $1.06 billion loss for Q4, despite a positive contribution from its Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming segment. Both of Hasbro's other segments, consumer products and entertainment, showed big losses. Entertainment showed a $1.11 billion loss as Hasbro completed its sale of E1 assets, taking a loss, and wrote down the entertainment it kept. Just for clarity here, Hasbro sold this company, E1, for $385 million, and Hasbro still lost $1.11 billion on entertainment.
That's a spicy meatball!
And just so you know, for clarity's sake, entertainment is the category under which Star Wars, Marvel, and all other Disney brands are sold under Hasbro. But let's dig into the numbers a bit more. We're going to jump over to this article from the website Fantha Tracks, in which they detail statements made directly by Hasbro. Hasbro CEO Chris Cox said this: "Guided by our strategy of fewer, bigger, better, we had important wins across both toys and games while making progress in our transformation during a challenging 2023 despite the macroeconomic blah blah blah." That's a lot of corporate buzzwords right there, trying to spin a negative into a positive. Let's skip down to the next paragraph. Our refreshed leadership team is bringing innovative new products to our fans. At the same time, we are taking the necessary actions to transform Hasbro and deliver long-term profitable growth, starting with driving significant profit growth across our segments in 2024 and building momentum in our innovation pipeline between now and 2025. And then the writer of the article says, innovation would appear to be required, and what this means for the Star Wars line is uncertain. The entertainment segment suffered a revenue decline of 31%, driven by lower film and TV revenue due to the writers and actors strikes, which infers a lean time for Star Wars, Marvel, and other cinematic and TV IP, but with plenty of new content on the way and numerous anniversaries to celebrate, that could well change. Okay, so this is spin. It is complete and utter garbage from a Star Wars consumer who just wants Star Wars to succeed no matter what.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
These people really get my goat. They are just corporate ass kissers. How the hell can they blame the writer and actor strikes? Those strikes took place last year and prevented folks from writing and acting in stories that would have come out this year and the following year. It would not have affected toy sales in 2023, not in the slightest. This is bullshit spin, and I hate it when journalists do this shit. Star Wars and other Disney content was rejected by fans last year. That is what happened, and that's all there is to it. In fact, it was so bad that rumors swirled last fall that Hasbro was considering not even making any toys based on the Ahsoka show that came out. In the end, Hasbro did make some toys, but pickings are a bit slim. By now, I'll betcha that Hasbro wishes they didn't make those figures. In fact, by now, I guarantee you that they went out of their contract with Disney. You see, the way their contract works is they pay Disney a large amount of money in order to make toys bearing the likenesses of Disney's characters. Now, the exact details of the agreement, the amount of money that Hasbro has to spend, and the length of the contract have not been disclosed to the public, but you can bet that Hasbro pays Disney an absolute shit ton for this. As for the length of the contract, well, this article from CNBC, published a few years ago, gives us a bit of insight there. This happened in 2021. Hasbro extends Disney Pact for Star Wars, Marvel toys, and games. The article says Hasbro will retain the master toy licenses for Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel brands, the Rhode Island-based toy maker said Friday. The pact, which Hasbro and Disney extended back in 2013, was expected to expire in 2020. Financial terms were not disclosed, so the last agreement was for 7 years, and this agreement came into being in early 2021. That means we can reasonably guess that this agreement will go through the end of 2027 or thereabouts. And the first thing that I think of when I hear that date is that it kinda coincides with the abrupt announcement of several Star Wars movies that are being produced and slated to come out starting in 2026. My guess is that Hasbro is furious that Disney is not putting out movies for Star Wars. They also have to be pissed at all the crap surrounding the Marvel's Avengers films, with Kang the Conqueror being booted out of the MCU. My guess is that Hasbro is telling Disney right now that you either shape up or they are getting out of this. After all, as you may remember, Hasbro recently laid off 1,100 employees, and rumors have recently swirled that they're trying to sell D&D. The company is in trouble, and I will say this one more time. Hasbro wanting out of their Disney contract is not a rumor. This simply must be happening. As a longtime Magic the Gathering player, I have a negative opinion of the people who run Hasbro, but they are not that stupid. I guarantee you that conversations are happening. The pressure is on for Disney. Their pipeline for free tendies is being threatened. Everything rides on them, making the fans excited about Star Wars and their movies again.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.